Hello folks, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. So we're continuing our little journey into some of these nostalgic classic Matchbox kits, doing a review on the one by one really. Now we've got a particularly interesting one of my absolute favourites that I remember very well from about, I don't know, 1970, 74, 75. It's the Humber Mark II little armoured car, and it's a very nice little animated kit, this, in the way that they presented it. So obviously we've got this, again it's the brilliant artist Roy Oxley, who's got this very dramatic looking scene in North Africa, and it says here a Humber armoured car of the Royal, they do this thing where they put very fine black writing on black background. The Royal Lancers engages an enemy armoured column in the Al-Qatari Depression in 1942. So this is not far from El Alamein in North Africa, obviously. Now, I said that I'd really enjoyed making this, and I actually made it again about, I don't know, 6 years ago, and here it is. So this is partially painted. I sort of decided, again, trying to keep the Matchbox character, I decided not to paint it fully in the way I would with a proper scale model like I normally do. I wanted to have it retaining its sort of Matchboxness, so I left certain parts like the base and part of the wall because I didn't really feel it needed a lot more, to be quite honest. And as you can see, it's a really nice kit. The fact that it's got the little commander peeping out of these binoculars, it really does add something to it. It's quite animated, you know. We've got a moving gun turret here, which is really nice, I think, and I just love it. It's such a characterful little model. It really has got something about it. One of those that it just sticks in your memory. It's got unusual sort of design. It's a very simple little armoured car. It's not a tank as such, but it just does it for me. This, it's just got, there's a dinkiness, a joy to it that other kits have not given me. So anyway, we'll put mine aside. You notice, by the way, that it's a very blue pool of liquid, but that's because it's reflecting the blue sky, and there's a dead tyre in there as well, as you can probably see. Anyway, I'm digressing, going off at a tangent there. So let's have a proper look at this. So we turn round to the back, and you can say this is one of the early issue ones, so it's got the nice window style box, and it is in fact 1973, so we're actually handling an original box here, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful. Somebody's actually put it in a bag of the parts, so that's nice. And of course it does this thing, Matchbox did a different thing with their armour, in that they show the unpainted kit in the final picture illustration on the back, and the correct painting guide that is shown here on the side, which is the opposite of the aircraft, where they usually show it on the side with no painting at all. So it's just really trying to show you what the markings should look like. On the other side, typically, we've got, yes, you guessed it, adverts for Panzer III, Panther, Sherman Firefly and the Comet, some of which we've discussed already or will discuss in the future. So let's have a look at what's in the box. I'll be very, very gentle with this one because it is an absolute Mark I original. I've got to be ever so careful. It's just not as easy as it sounds. There we go. Popped it. Somebody's, I bought this off, put it in a little bag because they were very concerned about it, obviously. So I might well retain the bag. Now then. Okay, so yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect in the original colours and everything. And it's got the proper original purple, because it's the purple range, instruction leaflet. So it looks exactly as per original. Let's see, is there any marking? Oh yes, they're in here, they're just hiding. Right, so we've got some decals. Let's start with them. Okay, I'm sure the best way to hold them, not very flat. There we go. So what have we got? We got the, looks like it's the Desert Rats, I think, is it? Oh no, this is the 12th Lancers Armed Division, or the 5th Royal Tank Regiment. Yeah, which is the Desert Rats. So yeah, I was right the first time. That's the one with the little red they've got these little red icons. It's very hard to tell actually, but trust me, it's the desert rat. So hold it that way. It's actually, whoops, look very, very carefully now. He says, just about make out that it's a rat. The tail. Anyway, that's the markings, and they look okay for 73. That's incredible, really. So, going back to the instruction book, on the back, typical for the purple armour range, we've got the decals, shows the positioning of them, and yes, you can see what I was saying about the desert rats. It wasn't my imagination. There's the rat. So they go on. Water slide decal application goes like that. Then they make a couple of recommendations for you, whereby we are looking at some of the small parts and also what the colours should be, along with the Humber enamel call-outs for the colours. On the main instruction sheet, whoops, we build up the hull in 3 main pieces, front and rear, to hold it together. Then we build the upper hull after the lower hull's done, and you have to assemble all these mud guards and vents and grills on the engine cover as well, and there's like a base piece for the rotating turret, which is a little bit different from the other designs that we've seen, some of these. Then you build your axles and your prop shaft drivetrain, and then we're into putting them into the bottom of the lower hull, and then you build up your gun mantlet. It's quite a small gun. I think it's a 38mm gun. It's quite a small cannon that it's got on it, and a machine gun. Split your hatches there, split those so you can get the guy poking out, and then you assemble all this into the main parts of the turret itself. Then you assemble your little sort of oasis in the desert with your dead tyre sticking out of the pool. It's quite nice, that. It's quite a cleverly thought out, animated sort of 3D look. And then you bring it all together. You bring in your wheels, you build the wheels into the tyres, then bring them all in, pop in your turret, pop your man in at the top there, looking out with his binoculars, and then you've got all the stowage boxes, mirrors, lights, and your spare wheel at the front, and that's really it. So let's have a look at the screws. These are absolutely identical parts, even in terms of colour, to the one I've just shown you that's finished. So you've got your little man here. Don't know if you can see him, he's looking through his binoculars. And we've got obviously we've got the axles here, the road tyres there. This is another small tyre from something else that sticks out of the pool in the desert. You've got your floor here for the hull, and then you've actually got this diorama piece of desert here with the pool in it, which, you know, again, I didn't make that much effort, but if you really want to go crazy with the weathering, especially on the a little bit of building, you can make that look really nice and give it an animated look. And then, and this is really dinky about this. I just can't. I never stopped enjoying this, even after I've made it. I thought it was a brilliant little kit. It just builds nicely as well. So you've got your sides here for the actual main hull. Then you've got your top here, and then we've got the gun mantlet assembly here. Your radiator here. And we've got all these mud guards and this little piece of sorry about the rain in the background, we've got some really rare weather going on today. Yeah, we've got the wall here, which is we've got the plaster coming away from it, which looks very realistic. Will do if you paint it nicely. And then you've got your wheels, you've got your hatch, which is split, and then you've got the main top of the turret here, through which your man peeps out. And you've got your sort of glacis panel here for where the gun pops out, and then you've got a cover. This is a cover here for the above the engine. It's like a filter, actually. That's kind of it, really. Oh, there's another little piece of wall here which I nearly missed. Another bit of damage to wall, side piece. And that's kind of the kit, really. It's a thing of beauty, really. I've got to say, it's there are so many of these Matchbox kits that are sort of personal favourites of mine, and this is definitely one of the strongest personal favourites that I've got, because it's the artwork, the way that they've actually realised it though. You know, it just, I don't know, it just looks right, doesn't it? Really, it's a small armoured car, which on paper sounds a bit boring, really, but it isn't. It's just got this nice sort of animated sort of feel to it, and helped by the diorama as usual. It looks really, really nice. So there we sort of have it. I'll just bring you out a bit, sorry about that. My camera's zoom is not working well today, it's been a bit reluctant. So there we go. I hope you found it interesting. I'd very strongly recommend this kit to you. You can pick these up, again, if you can't get one in Matchbox form, you can get it from Revel. They still produce it with different artwork, of course, and it's a single colour of plastic. But it looks brilliant, and it just goes together nicely. And if you want to make a really nice little armoured car, I mean, the Revel one's about £4.99 or something, you know, you can pick them up very cheaply. Not as cheap as the 28p I think I paid for mine for the first one. That was in 1975, I think. But anyway, it's a wonderful kit, and I'd recommend it to you. So there you go, thumbs up from me. I hope you enjoyed the video review. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and give us a like, and share the video with others, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to ding the notification bell, because there's lots more of these to have a look at, and keep your eyes peeled for more coming in the not too distant future. And in the meantime, I'd like to say thanks very much for joining me. Thanks for your time. Hope you stay safe, stay well, and have a relaxing time, and I hope to see you again very soon in the near future. In the meantime, thanks a lot, and bye for now.